Komodo Island, the land of dragons, undiscovered aquatic wildlife, and exotic beaches, is Indonesia's best-kept secret. Hidden away on Flores, this island is a haven for adventure seekers searching for a peaceful holiday in the midst of tropical surroundings. Have you ever wanted to come up close to a real live dragon? Well, here's your chance. This Indonesian paradise, along with Rinca and Padar as neighboring islands, is one place in the world where the dinosaur-like Komodo dragons can be found on land. Aside from that, the island has a wide range of extraordinary attractions that make it a must-see place to visit. The Komodo Island offers something for every type of traveler. From experiencing the depths of the ocean to dominating heights, there's nothing you wouldn't want to do. Stick with us to find out more about this glorious island, its dragons, and how to get there. The Komodo Dragon is without a doubt one of the largest and most dangerous lizards. With their humongous muscular bodies and highly venomous bites, they can hunt down prey many times their size, including deer, pigs, water buffalo, and yes, even humans. Komodo dragons are incredibly dangerous and venomous, so you may not want to get too close. They are not best suited as pets for obvious reasons, and also difficult to tame. They can be extremely risky to keep around children, or even adults. But particularly, other animals are more at risk around them. Their name is appropriate, as Komodo dragons are true carnivores that strike all types of animals in the wild, including humans. But don't worry, you're probably not as tasty as you might think, because they're not known to feed on humans. Although attacks have been reported. The lizard-like creatures have shark-like teeth and powerful venom in their natural predator mouth. According to studies, the venom of a Komodo dragon can kill an adult human in hours. But aside from that, the beast's bite can leave deep wounds in the flesh that are excruciatingly painful. So you better pray you never get bit. So what happens if you're unlucky enough to be bitten by one? Let's get down to the gory details. You might think that all lizards are harmless and non-venomous, but the Komodo is not one of them. The Komodo dragon is the world's largest lizard and is highly hazardous. Komodo dragons have been known to hunt and kill even large mammals, but they can also hunt and kill humans. These fierce lizards have a vicious bite that injects venom into their victim, sending them into shock as the poison ramps up. It causes blood loss, lowers blood pressure, and prevents wound clotting. This event weakens and immobilizes victims, including humans, making it difficult for them to fight back. But again, these attacks are extremely rare, and there is a lot of safety protocols in place. Human attacks by these dragons have been reported. Despite their rarity, these animals, unlike most lizards, are hostile and may attack even when not provoked. Some of these attacks have caused deep bite wounds and death of local villagers. From 1974 to 2020, the Komodo National Park recorded 24 reported attacks, both in captivity and in the wild. Sadly, 5 of these attacks were fatal. One of these happened in 2007, when an 8-year-old child on the island succumbed to an attack. The boy died as a result of his injuries and blood loss. In 2009, a 31-year-old man, sugar apples on the island, fell from a tree when he was attacked by 2 Komodo dragons. The victim was said to have bites on his hands and legs, neck, and other parts of his body. So after the attack, the man died. Other reports of Komodo attacks have resulted in major injuries. Komodo dragons are stunning creatures. Their daunting size, heightened by their venomous bites and keen hunting skills. With the ability to travel long distances and dominate most other animals, some have begun to wonder, well, why are they not more widespread? These human-sized lizards, it turns out, are pretty happy to stay close to home, rarely, if ever, delving outside of the valleys where they've hatched. So even though they are quite athletic and active, sometimes even travel about 7 miles a day, it turns out they just don't want to leave home. So now that we've convinced you to go, let's plan a trip. Here are some of the things you should definitely be doing if you take the trip down. First of all, of course, you have to visit Komodo National Park. Komodo National Park is not only a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but it's also the latest update to the list of the world's 7 natural wonders. This is the only place in the world where you can see the creepy-looking Komodo dragons roaming freely in nature. The park rangers and guides will advise you not to go to the toilet alone, not to look the dragons in the eyes, and to keep your head down. Girls on their period should take extra precautions because the dragons have an extremely sensitive sense of smell and might even attack them if they smell the blood. But if you comply with these rules, you should have an unforgettable experience seeing Komodo dragons. But as with all wild animals, there are no guarantees. But don't worry, if dragons aren't your thing, maybe hiking is. If adventure runs through your veins, the island has the ideal addition to your bucket list. While Komodo Island has the best views to take pictures of, hiking on Padar Island is another must-do activity that should not be missed. This excluded treasure can be explored after a 2-hour boat ride from Lubang Banjo Island. After a grueling hike of nearly 1.5 hours, you can enjoy breathtaking views of the island. Hey, you're more of a sunbather on the beach kind of person. Well, don't worry, we got you. Aside from the remote islands and giant lizards, Komodo Island also has pink sand beaches. As surprising as it may sound, the beach is an exciting sight to see with your own eyes. This tiny beach crystal clear water and pink sand make it a lovely scene. Along with the outstanding natural beauty, this beach is heaven for adventurers who flock here to snorkel and see a beautiful underwater world. Or you can just relax and enjoy the view. It's your call. The Gilialawa, an island northwest of Komodo, is yet another hiking destination on the island. This region is well known among adventure seekers because of its stunning coral reefs and hilly terrain. The journey to see the panoramic view of the island is exhausting, but the view is well worth it. So when is the best time to get there? Well, Komodo Island Marine Reserve is open all year, but the area is primarily affected by 2 seasons. The dry season, which is from April to December, and the rainy season, which is January to March. Even so, the best time to visit Komodo National Park is somewhere between April and December, when the weather is dry and pleasant. During this time, you have better chances of seeing Komodo dragons and doing more adventurous things. Granado, Indonesia, Lion Air, Batik, and Nam Air offer flights to Lubang Banjo Airport, also known as Komodo Airport, from Bali and Jakarta, with multiple routes offering connecting flights. A taxi from the airport to town should cost no more than 50 to 60 IDR and should be negotiated before getting in. The journey can be walked in 20-30 minutes because it's all downhill. Now that you're there, where do you want to stay? When you arrive in Lubang Banjo, also known as Lubahan Banjo on some booking platforms, you start noticing it's one of the smallest towns you have ever visited. It is a fishing town that's packed with a punch. With the port, one main street crowded with dive shops and tour operations, a bunch of restaurants, and a choice of around 50 hostels and hotels in the entire town. But here's a fun fact. All of the water in town is trucked in. So water preservation and conservation are very important here. So you can choose from a few accommodations that fit your budget. Dragon Dive Komodo Hostel, which is cheap, laid back, but there's probably not hot water. Or you'll also have Green Hill Boutique Hotel or Komodo Lodge, which offers a handful of options for rooms and activities. And there's Hotel Banteg Flores Island, which has the luxurious resort feel and comes with a price as well. Now, on to food. No denying the number of restaurants in Lubang Banjo is limited. You can still find incredible food in this tiny town. Though it is to be expected, prices are slightly higher in Bali. We suggest Warung Mama, located above the main street in Lubang Banjo. This bamboo-roofed establishment serves authentic Indonesian cuisine for breakfast, lunch, and dinner at reasonable prices. Happy Banana, a Japanese fusion restaurant known for its sashimi and sushi, is a little pricey, but well worth the visit. Now, it looks like we've got everything covered. Sights, activities, accommodations, and food. All that's left is to go and have the time of your life.